Alright, real quick guys, I just want to talk about my website, theandrelifestyle.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do so. It's linked in the description below. Next thing, social media guys. If you're not following me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, there's a problem. Please follow me on these platforms. Next thing, the Coast Guard store. I've teamed up with the Coast Guard store, so guys, please take a look in the description below. It is linked there for the Coast Guard store. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook, their Facebook page, and their Instagram as well.
New day, I'm done with the excuses, I'm done with the mistakes, done with the abuses. Look back and realize how far I came. I ain't even the same person today.
Hey guys, it's Andre at The Andre Lifestyle. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about 6 punishments I know you are going to face during Coast Guard boot camp. So we're going to start with beatings. And for those of you that don't know what that is, beatings are basically, they punish you with exercise. Push-ups, sit-ups, flutter kicks, stuff like that. Expect to get beat often, especially in the very beginning. Maybe not in your first week, but second week, third week, fourth week, all the way up until your 6th, 7th week. Until the end, you're going to be getting beat. It will slow down as the weeks go by. And the beginning, expect to get beat all the time. Beatings, not only does it mean physical exercise, it's also holding things. Also includes holding things out in front of you, like your canteen, or holding weapons, pointing up at the ceiling and stuff like that inside to make you sweat. So it's very uncomfortable, and that's the whole goal of beatings. Okay. The next thing is trackers. So trackers it's a form of punishment. It's like a scare tactic, in my opinion. Now looking back, so you're gonna have a tracker on the left breast pocket of your uniform, I believe, and every time you get in trouble in class, or you don't get something right when you go to the mess hall, when you don't speak correctly, or know your required knowledge, they're gonna say, hey, tracker, get your tracker out. You're gonna take out your tracker, and you're gonna have to write down the offense that you made in that moment. At the end of the day, they're gonna collect everyone's trackers in the company. If you did get a tracker, something that you had a note, you turn your tracker in. If you didn't, then you just throw away your old one and you make a new one for the next day. Everyone will make a new one every single day. And the more trackers that you accumulate, every time you mess up and you have to turn in your tracker, every time that you have to do that, you are bringing attention to yourself by the company commanders, which then leads me to my next punishment, which is counseling statements. Counseling statements are put in your boot camp profile, which means that the more counseling statements you have, the more evidence that you're giving the company commander to then give to the chief of your company, to then decide whether you should be reverted or you should stay with your current company. Beatings, trackers leads to counselings, which then can lead to probation. Probation is where you wear a red belt. Me personally, I was on the red belt on probation, and it was a horrible experience because you get special attention every single time you have chow, which is really bad. You don't want attention on you, especially negative attention, and having this bright red belt around you gives you all this negative attention by your company commanders and by other company commanders as well. And so what will happen is that after you are done eating chow, they're gonna you get to eat chow first, which sounds cool, but it's not, because you finish your food first, and then everyone with the red belt will go line up in front of the company commanders that are sitting at their company commander table in the front of the mess hall, and you stand there in a single file line, and basically the company commanders are gonna drill off required knowledge questions. You have to talk in the correct manner. If you get anything wrong, it's an automatic note in your tracker. And you're usually on the red belt for about 7 days. I believe, no, 5 days, for like 5 days. So you get it on a Monday, and then you'll be off of it on a Friday if you pass. If you don't pass, you get reverted. If you do pass, they take the red belt off and you are a free man or woman. okay? The next thing is ramp. So ramp is sort of like, ramp sucks, but not in the way that probation sucks. Probation, you just need probation is more like memorizing everything and learning how to talk, so you're really like stressed out the whole entire time. Ramp, they're not firing off required knowledge questions at you or anything, but it's basically getting beat on steroids. You're getting beat constantly. My bunkmate or my rackmate in boot camp actually got ramp. So I had gotten probation and he had gotten ramp, and I remember I didn't see him for a week. It's kind of the same thing, or I think it's 3 or 4 days. I think it's 3 days possibly. You'll probably leave on like a Monday and then be released on a Wednesday or a Thursday. And when he came back, he just told me a few things about ramp. Basically, you have to holding ammo cans, running around the whole parade field, running from your barracks all the way to the chow, eating as fast as you can, then running back to the barracks and getting beat all day long. Basically, you're getting beat all day long from morning all the way until sunset, until it's time to go to bed. And you're rushed to use the showers, and it's just a mess. You have to wear a red vest when you're on ramp. The people that don't make it through ramp just can't handle anymore the physical exertion, and they end up quitting. If you do get through ramp, then you get to stay with your current company. The next thing is the last and final thing, and probably the worst thing that I've seen happen to people, is reversions. Being reverted is single-handedly the scariest thing. That was the scariest thing, at least for me. I would have hated to have stayed in Coast Guard boot camp longer, even a day longer in Coast Guard boot camp. To me, sounded like hell. I really just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to graduate on time with my company and make it there. I wanted to see my family after those 8 weeks and just be proud of what I had just accomplished, what I had just been through. And I didn't want to stay in Coast Guard boot camp longer than I had to. So being reverted is a really effed up thing, because you get sent back a week. You could be sent back 2 weeks. You could be in week 8, and because you're chewing gum or you make a stupid decision, be sent all the way back to week 3 or week 2, depending on how big your offense is. They really have the power to do that, which is insane. I know no other military branch does this. I don't care what any other military branch says. So they'll say, I've heard some people say, oh, in the Army, you know, they'll revert you sometimes here and there. No, I went through Army boot camp. It's not the same thing. In Coast Guard boot camp, they'll revert you for almost anything. No one is safe. Don't ever think that you're safe in Coast Guard boot camp. Maintain your military bearing, know your required knowledge, learn how to talk in the correct manner. And if you don't know how to talk or know your required knowledge, purchase my ebook. It is linked in the description of almost all my YouTube videos, and it'll teach you how to talk correctly. It'll also teach you the required knowledge that you need to know. Especially the first 2 chapters of that ebook is gonna save your butt. So guys, I hope this video was very educational to you. If you like this video, please give this video a like, comment this video, share this video, and of course subscribe to my channel for more great content every week. And as always guys, live the lifestyle that you want to live. Peace.